Spurs won that one 2-0, but it's a fairly rare win in recent meetings, all of which have been in pre-season friendlies. Only their fourth against them in 15 friendlies. Tottenham need a win and to score a few if they're to overhaul Barcelona and win the Wembley Cup. For Celtic, a draw will be enough. But really the priority for Tony Mowbray is the continuing good build-up towards the Dinamo Moscow match on Wednesday. Both of these teams so far unbeaten pre-season, and Alan Hutton getting the jeers from the Celtic fans, which is nothing less than he would have expected. Huddleston's ball picked out Jamie O'Hara. Wide of him is Benoit Asuakoto. Huddleston in his more familiar midfield role today. He started at the back against Al Ali. Daniel Fox will be looking to make an immediate impression, as will the youngster Paddy McCord. Quite a few youngsters hoping to catch the eye of Tony Mowbray today.
Well, I think Fox in particular, Rob. I mean, of this Celtic side that are starting today, Lewins is the only one who's a certainty to play on Wednesday night. But Fox certainly has a chance if he shows well today.
Here's McCourt.
This lad has terrific ability. Celtic got him for about £300,000 from Irish football. Has had a persistent back problem that really has affected his fitness, but they all rave about his talent and his ability. If he can get his fitness right, he's got a chance of making the breakthrough to the first team.
Willow Flood to deliver the free kick, for which Samaras and Killen lie in wait. Lubens had got forward too. Mizuno got the shot, which deflected through to Aurelio Gomez. Suakoto. And here's Jamie O'Hara. This is Pascal Chimbonda. And now Alan Hutton. We've got a bit of this anyway at the weekend, even though Celtic weren't involved in his match. Some of the Celtic fans made their feelings towards him known.
Well, led by Lubens, but that's the option that Spurs have when Darren Bent's up there. They can drop it in behind, he's quick enough to get onto it. And I think they looked a much better side against Barcelona when they went two up top. Looked pretty impotent in the first half when Jermaine Defoe was up on his own, but really asked a few questions of Barcelona when Robbie Keane came on.
Here's Palacios. Now Asuakoto. This is Jamie O'Hara. Robbie Keane. Irishman captaining both sides today. Darren O'Dea has the armband for Celtic. This is David. And now Pascal Chimbonda. Lay off by Huddleston to Alan Hutton. Gets away from Darren Bent. Crossas looking to pick out Killen. And it's back by David. It's Chimbonda. Huddleston. Dorian David, who ended last season on loan at Southend. Here's Palacios. Now Suakoto. Headed clear by Glenn Lubens. David. Now Chimbonda. Give it away to Samaras. Hutton retrieves with a tackle.
A good tackle it was as well.
Fox. Now McCourt. Mizuno. McCourt again. From Russia with jet lag. Tony Mowbray, who in between the two games went off to conduct a spying mission on Wednesday's Champions League opponents. So 1-1 draw with Lokomotiv Moscow. That's Flood. Suakoto helped to ground by Samaras. He did score against Tottenham in his Manchester City career.
He was the quicker of the two, wasn't he, the fullback? Second favourite when the ball broke into the space, but he's so quick, the Tottenham fullback. Great recovery pace.
Suakoto, who played here at Wembley for Spurs in last season's Carling Cup defeat by Manchester United, acquitted himself well against Ronaldo, but of course the final defeat was on penalties. By Darren O'Dea. Lucas Zaluszka is the second string goalkeeper, fellow Polish rival of Artur Boruc, but they're actually great friends as well. Here's McCourt. Flood. Palacios. Palacios, who contributed a great deal to Spurs when they brought him in last season. Real hopes that he can push on this year.
Yeah, he's not an eye catcher, is he? But he's no less important because of that.
Now O'Hara. Robbie Keane coming deep for it. And here's Hutton. Palacios coming towards it and getting there. Here's Suakoto. Jamie O'Hara. Keane. Huddleston. Alan Hutton. He never had the greatest record in Old Firm games, only won 4 out of 14. What a lovely turn that was by Lennon. Great run from Aaron Lennon. Can he provide a finish here? Little behind, Bent retrieves it though. And Huddleston. Played back to him by O'Hara.
Aaron Lennon couldn't find the final ball, could he? But did he leave Danny Fox for dead on the far side? Lovely first touch. Beautiful touch, nutmeg on Danny Fox. And I think at times Aaron Lennon's got to get his head up and find out a better final pass than he does. But he skinned Danny Fox there.
Still only 22, Aaron Lennon, but it is the question that remains against him. He does so much good work in the build-up, and sometimes the decision-making with the final ball can let him down. It's Hutton. Here's David. O'Hara. Palacios. Keane. Dispossessed by Georgios Samaras. Here's McCourt. Now Caddis. This is Willow Flood. Crossas. Now Caddis. And to get round the outside of a Suakoto. Kill him! 1-0! Killen strikes a killer blow against Tottenham.
Well, it's a wonderful cross from the fullback Paul Caddis. It's a cross that any white player would be proud of. Killen's just got to put his head on him because all the pace is already on the ball. The cross takes the right out the game. He split the two centre-backs there. And all he has to do to that is nod it good morning and it's in the net. Terrific header, but an even better cross for me from Paul Caddis. Wonderful early delivery. And Suakoto, who's normally quick enough to stop the cross coming in, beaten on that occasion, and Paul Caddis made all that he could of that half yard they got on him.
Well, keeping up his goal-a-game average in pre-season Chris Killen, who got a couple in Australia against Brisbane Roar, scored here in the opening match of the Wembley Cup against Al Ahly, and he's struck another one here against Spurs, which gives them plenty of work to do to win the Wembley Cup, and means that Celtic are back in pole position to do just that. O'Hara with the corner. Hutton getting up, looking to get underneath it. Flood. McCourt away. And here's Samaras. Killen's forward again. Palacios gets it cleared up.
Well, he could have played Killen in. Killen made a good run through the central area there, had Samaras spotted him.
He's showing plenty of sharpness in front of goal in the build-up to the new season. Chris Killen certainly playing himself into contention. Celtic at the moment down to 10 men because Koki Mizuno is still looking for some replacement boots, would you believe? May have to do a Zola Bud in a minute and come on barefoot. I think they finally arrived. Here's Chimbonda. A little hassle by Killen. Now De Witt. And finally they're here. Here's Palacios. Crosas. Now Samaras. Samaras was expecting a free kick then, but Alan Wiley was right on top of that and didn't award one. O'Hara, Huddleston. Suakoto to Jamie O'Hara. To Suakoto again. Lennon. In by Palacios. Bent was blocked off by Fox.
Yeah, Fox did well there. I think Lennon was coming in from the wide area as well. Fullback did well to narrow it.
Well, finally with the replacement boots tied and on, Mizuno is back on the field. He was actually absent at the time when Celtic got their goal, thanks to that man Chris Killen. They haven't conceded so far in pre-season in their 3 previous games, Celtic, so if they can maintain that record, then the inaugural Wembley Cup is theirs. McCourt. O'D. Mark Crosas, good tackle by Huddleston. Keane and Benson here. Great opportunity to level, but a good save from Zdaluska.
Well, dare I say, it's an Artur Boric type of save from his compatriot. Crosas gets off the hook, slack pass, losing it in a vital area. Well, Ben hits the target, you can't ask much more.
O'Hara with the corner. Samaras meets it. Back out by Palacios to Jamie O'Hara. Have to wriggle his way through. Movens away. Huddleston won it. Here's Palacios. Asuakoto. Lennon. Tried to slip it through for Keane. O'D in the way. McCourt. Now Mizuno. Here's Fox.
A different tempo to this one, Rob. Nice pace about the game, even this early on.
Perhaps a signal of just how much closer the start of the season is for these two teams, as opposed to Barcelona earlier, who were very much at the start of their preparations. It's alarmingly close now for Celtic with that big game to come in midweek. It was a bit high on Darren O'D.
I don't think Tom Huddleston sees Dan O'Dea coming out here. He's on his blind side. He is trying to play the ball. It's accidental. Certainly caught him. And what a good chance Dan and Ben had to equalise for Spurs. An uncharacteristic mistake, you have to say, from Mark Rosas, giving the ball away in this deep area. Good tackle it was from Huddleston. Ben's got to take it early. And Zaluska doing what you would expect of Artur Boric. Gets his angle spot on.
Similar signing from Dundee United. Here's Asuakoto. Keane had to steer it round for Ben, but it didn't come off for him. There's Caddis, the man who provided that inch-perfect cross for Killen with which to open the scoring for Celtic. Flood, Samaras, Flood again. Mizuno wants it out left, but he's gone through the middle looking for Samaras.
Well, Killen was wanting it earlier, but Killen was offside. That's why Flood held the ball up. He was waiting in Samaras. He knew Killen was offside.
O'Hara. Here's Suakoto. O'Hara looking for Lennon. And now Tom Huddleston. Hutton. Put behind by Aaron Lennon. Mizuno brought it clear. Samaras. Mizuno over the corner.
Well, they've got good targets here, Celtic. Killen, Samaras, O'Dea, Loovens. If they can get the right ball in.
It's useful in a dead ball situation, caused a bit of confusion from the corner, but Chimbonda in the end does deal with it. Ball again from Caddis to Mizuno. Samaras and Killen still up top. Samaras with a header on. Huddleston away. Well, there has been a good tempo to it. Any arguments there may be over the fastest goal have been settled by Celtic scoring it, if it does come down to that, which is unlikely. Mizuno here has a hit.
Yeah, he was always going to take it on, wasn't he? You could see that. They had runners around him. You tell by his body language he was going to put his foot through this. Tom Huddleston didn't really get out to the ball as quickly as he should have here. Drags the effort.
Palacios. There's Caddis. Crossas. Now Flood. Glenn Loovens. Caddis again, he was captain of the Scottish under-21 side. Did get 7 senior games for Celtic last season. He was sent out on loan at the end of the campaign. Loovens. There's McCourt. In comes Asuakoto. O'Dea. Let's go this ball. Benoit Asuakoto. This is Wilson Palacios. Spurs conceded first against Barcelona and then recovered late. Suakoto. Huddleston. Chimbonda to Hutton. Here's Palacios. Bent!
It's a good chance, Rob. That is a good chance. Cadiz is tucking in, but he can't apply any pressure here. Well, for me, he should do better. I think he's up a fraction early, and he's maybe on the way down when he gets his head on it.
Well, Harry Redknapp didn't always seem convinced about the finishing prowess of Darren Bent last season, despite the fact that, as things turned out, he did finish up top scorer. But that has led to renewed speculation that his future may be away from White Hart Lane this season. And he certainly had the two best opportunities to level since Celtic got their goal in the 9th minute. Here's O'Hara. Taken away from him by Crossas. And there's Flood up to the scorer, Killer. Keane. Palacios. Alan Hutton. Keane again. Alan Hutton, who can see the sounds of Wembley but hear the sounds of Celtic Park. Here's Huddleston. Surcotto with a cross. Over the top from Bent again.
No, I wouldn't criticise him for that. That's a really awkward one. It's on the half volley. The ball is on the way up as he tries to strike it, and he's under pressure as well. I think it's Daniel D who's trying to get tight on him. He has to hit it very early. He'll do well to get a Surcotto down the outside, but that's a real awkward one to take.
Darren Bent and David Bentley were on target for Spurs when they beat Celtic in Rotterdam last pre-season, before Harry Redknapp took over. He was appointed after the side had failed to win their first 8 Premier League games last season and instituted a major revival. We saw them finish 8th. Surcotto away. Paul Cadiz with a throw. Killen. Crossas. Here's Fox. Mizuno. Fox with the throw. Here's Killen. Mizuno. Here's Chimbonda. Now DeViet. Huddleston. O'Hara. Broken up by Cadiz, and it's fallen here for Killen. Samaras is up to the left of Flood here, and he's found him. Mizuno. Surcotto lets it go.
Well, I think Killen's got to come across the front of a Surcotto if he's going to get on the end of that. And I think that's what Mizuno is looking at. He's looking for Killen to make the back to front run here. He's just dropping it in front of a Surcotto here, hoping the striker makes that run. Didn't find the appetite.
Here's a Surcotto. Killen. Now Flood. Here's David. Palacios. And down the middle. O'Dea cross to cover. And here's Cadiz. Flood. Crossas. Lay off by Samaras. Huddleston and Palacios moved in on McCourt. And there's Lennon. Now Huddleston. Released early looking for Keane. Cadiz was there though. Huddleston retrieves. And away by O'Dea. Here's McCourt. Upended by Wilson Palacios.
Not a great deal on that for me. I think Paddy McCourt is fortunate. He should have been looking for the early pass, I think. Had his two strikers ahead of him. Plenty of space in behind to drop it into.
Here's Glenn Lubins. Flood. Lubins. Huddleston.
Well, Spurs having the lion's share of the ball, and they've had a couple of chances as well.
No chance there. Offside for Robbie Keane.
He's the one that they've got to watch, the Robbie Keane. They know where to find Darren Bent. He'll play right up against the last defender. Robbie Keane making that run from deep. A fraction early he's gone.
Laid across to Mizuno. Well, he got there in the nick of time, Chimbonda.
I just wonder if Mizuno could have hit it first time. He's outside the front post. It's a costly touch though. Good ball in from Danny Fox. It's a nutmeg and Alan Hutton. Yeah, he could have hit it first time.
He gave Chimbonda the opportunity to get there, which he did. Fox takes the corner. Samaras could make nothing of it. Cadiz. Now McCourt. O'Hara. Now Palacios. Here's Huddleston. Stumbled by Fox. Flood. Samaras. Glenn Lubins. Now McCourt. Here's Fox. Mizuno's touch. They found a shirt with a number on today for Fox, whose move to Celtic happened so quickly. He played in a numberless and nameless shirt as a substitute in the opening match against Al Ahly. He's hoping to be part of this Celtic team for a long time to come now, having signed that 4-year deal. There's O'Hara. Now Suakoto. A hopeful one from him. Sanuska claims.
Good throw.
With which he picks out Mizuno. Only Killen up ahead of him. He's got Hutton to get past here. Fox has got forward quickly. Here's McCourt. Doesn't clear David. The intention was to find Killen. Here's O'Hara. Robbie Keane. Now Pascal Chimbonda. Lennon. Huddleston. Suakoto. Combining with O'Hara. Foul by Flood.
Well, they had very little room to work in there, Suakoto and O'Hara, but it was a lovely little exchange, trying to get the full-back into space. Flood did well to get out, certainly caught him late. Nice angle here for Spurs to fist something in.
And they're taking a quick one back to Tom Huddleston. It's come back off Zalushka, but not in the direction Robbie Keane would have wanted. He was waiting to pounce, but it went away from him.
I think it's a better save than it looks, Rob. I think he's blinded there. I think Lubins is right in front of him, saw it very late. And the Polish keeper did well.
Here's David. And right into Flood. O'Hara retrieves it though. Suakoto. David. Aiming to spread it to Lennon. Back by Fox and cleared by Darren O'Dea. Huddleston. Beyond O'Hara, but rescued by Suakoto.
A terrific switch again from Huddleston. Spreads the ball at a quarterback.
McCourt. Crossas. Here's Killen. Mark Crossas tackled by Palacios. Will it break here for Bent? Well, they needed OD to be on his mettle there. And he was, and he's earned the free kick.
Yeah, he did well, and again it's Crossas who's slack in the deep area. And he's a lad who's known for keeping the ball. Twice he's given it away and caused Celtic problems. Earlier Celtic switching off at this free kick, taken quickly by O'Hara. And this is a very good save because it comes through Glenn Lubins, who's right in front of Zalushka, reacted well.
Samaras. Flood. Here's Samaras. Now Fox. Suakoto drawing the danger from Killen. Now David. And here's Pascal Chimbonda. Nudged off it by Samaras. Lennon moving it out to Jamie O'Hara and then wanting it back. Behind Palacios though. Mizuno got to it. Loses out to Hutton. Hutton and O'Hara. Switched to Lennon. Left behind for Huddleston.
Well, awkward one, just kicked up in front of Zalushka there. He's trying to pick Robbie Keane out, no doubt about that. Huddleston's got his head up, trying to find the striker. It was an awkward one.
Well, after this, Tottenham's pre-season build-up continues with the Asia Trophy. They play West Ham. It's live on Sky Sports 1, 10:30 AM on Wednesday morning. Hull of the Premier League are also there and also in action on Wednesday. That's at 1:15 against Beijing Guan on Sky Sports 1. Kept in by Flood. O'Hara felt he could have had a throw-in and maybe even a free kick. Samaras holds on to it despite the Vit's challenge. Flood. Now McCourt. O'Dea. Mizuno, boots haven't done much for him in terms of keeping his footing.
That's what I was thinking.
Another pair to be called for.
It looks as if he's got long studs on, so he should be okay.
Here's OD. Well, they've named 14 substitutes Celtic, but our understanding is that there are only really 6 of them that they would use, and some of the youngsters falling into that category, the likes of Ryan Conroy and Paul McGowan. So the change is not likely to be too extensive by Tony Mowbray. Here's Glenn Lubens, who's one of those he may look to rest, as he will be potentially in the frame to play in that Dynamo Moscow match. Lubens is a player who's played at Wembley in an FA Cup final against a Harry Redknapp managed team. He was on the losing side for Cardiff against Portsmouth, when of course Redknapp's Portsmouth beat Tony Mowbray's West Brom in the semi-final here.
That's a needless challenge here from David. His goal side. Killen's going nowhere, and now Spurs have got a bit of work to do.
And one of the great attributes of the incoming Fox is his free kicks. And here's the man over this, and typical, isn't it, when you give them a build-up?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cross. I don't think he's trying to find the far top corner, but either way, it was too heavy.
I don't think Huddleston would have been thanking Gomez too much for that. Suakoto. Away goes Bent. Samaras made the run inside. Palacios tried to move it on first time and frustrated in that attempt by Mark Crossas. Here's Samaras. Mizuno has set off ahead of him. Chimbonda across to try and cover. And he's won it well.
Yeah, good tackle. No support at all from Mizuno there. Needed a bit of help.
For a moment he just seemed to have the edge on Chimbonda then, but Chimbonda's adaptability, which is useful to Spurs in their current situation. He's having to play that centre-half role because they're minus so many. Ledley King in that number, worries about his knee again as the build-up to the new season starts. Worries too about the Achilles of Michael Dawson, the groin problem that's afflicted Jonathan Woodgate. Here's Samaras. Stopped from going through by Alan Hutton. Bent. Aaron Lennon. Huddleston. Touched away by Lubens, but straight to Jamie O'Hara here. Bent. Keane. Needing support. Huddleston's there to follow up. Crossed by O'Hara. And in comes Hutton. Here's Samaras. Away from De Viet. He's got Killen up to his left. Chimbonda's back covering. Can Samaras take it all the way? He can! It's a fine finish from Georgios Samaras. And Celtic truly in command now.
Well, it's a wonderful goal from a player who's usually hot or cold for Celtic. Look how much work he had to do. Skins De Viet inside his own half. He must have 60 yards to make up here. Gomez, I think he's down a little bit earlier than he should have been. But does he get his foot through this, Georgios Samaras? What a finish. Had Killen far side, could have found him, had no intention of doing that.
It was a finish that had the power to match the power of the run from Georgios Samaras. He's delighted with that, and every reason to be. 5 minutes to half-time, and Celtic in a really good position now in both the match and the tournament. Here's Chimbonda. Palacios. Now Keane. O'Hara. Palacios. Benoit Asuakoto. It's Caddis. Flood. Here's Crossas. Now Killer. There's Flood. Huddleston. Here's Lennon. O'Hara. Lennon involved again. O'Hara deflected on its way through. Leuven's just made absolutely sure.
Yeah, Flood got enough on it. Aaron Lennon could have played it in earlier with his left foot there, wanted to check onto his right again.
Here's Lennon. Palacios. O'Hara. Driven across by Asuakoto. Palacios. Here's Lennon. Blocked by Caddis. Samaras holding up Huddleston and giving away a free kick in the process.
Well, I think the spin of the ball did Georgios Samaras no favours at all. It spun away from him, he ended up wrong side. As it bounces here, it spins in favour of Huddleston, and this free kick is in a very handy area.
O'Hara and Huddleston make their plans. It's Huddleston.
Oh, he's too close, isn't he, to get it up and down from there.
Food for thought for Harry Redknapp. Missed opportunities costing his team at the moment. Two big ones in particular for Darren Bent. Whereas the opportunities that have fallen Celtic's way have been finished off with ruthlessness. McCourt. O'Hara. Keane. Bent. Blocked by Leuven's. Here's Flood. Samaras. He's fallen all the way through to Killen.
No, a yard wide, no more than that. But once again, it's Georgios Samaras at the very heart of the move. And the Celtic supporters have seen a determination of this fella today that at times was lacking last season. He is well up for this. Did brilliantly to win it against the odds. It's a small target from that angle. Decent effort again though from Killen. Samaras taking a sole one there. think it's the Suikoto who caught him on the way down.
Killen. Well, even with that big game to come on Wednesday, Celtic really looking in the mood here. Samaras in particular, whose drive and determination carried them to that second goal, adding to the one scored earlier by his strike partner, Chris Killen. Celtic well in control here and leading Spurs by...
would probably indicate that they don't have one.
Rangers on the Sunday. Here at the Wembley Cup, Celtic look destined for the trophy. They lead 2-0 at half-time against Premier League side Spurs, despite the fact that Tony Mowbray has rung the changes. This is really his reserve team, but they've outfought and outplayed Spurs so far and lead by 2-0. A couple of changes at half-time for Celtic. A run out for Gary Caldwell, who you would expect to be featuring in their first team on Wednesday. Not too much sign of Spurs yet. What would you like to see more from Spurs in the second half, Ray? Has Harry got a problem?
Well, it's early season, and let's not get carried away with it as such, but he will be disappointed. He'll be disappointed defensively that Celtic have created so many chances for themselves, and he'll be disappointed from an attacking point of view that with the likes of Keane and Darren Bent up the front there, that we haven't created enough themselves. We saw Darren Bent's had 2 or 3 opportunities, but that basically has been it. Aaron Lennon has flitted in and out of the game. O'Hara's not really got going down the left-hand side, so we'll want more from all of them. And looking at the team sheet, the worrying thing for me at the back, again, we spoke about it before, but they've only got the new signing, Kyle Norton, and Chaluka, who are defenders on the bench. So there is problems there if he doesn't get his main 3 people fit.
Well, we are going to see some changes at half-time among them. I think Chaluka, and as we can see, Pavlyuchenko, the hero from Friday, Jake Livermore, Kyle Norton as well. In fact, a whole host. I tell you what, let's hand back to our commentators. It seems a good time. Yeah. Davy Provan and Rob Hawthorne.
This looks like 5 changes being made by Tottenham in all. Kyle Norton has come on. Oh, they've changed their goalkeeper as well. Carlo Cudicini coming on for the second half. Jake Livermore we saw coming through. The man who was the hero against Barcelona, but more than a 1-goal deficit to turn around here today. Defoe and Chaluka have come on as well, and there have been a couple of Celtic changes with Gary Caldwell and Ryan Conroy both having come on, and Glenn Lubens and Daniel Fox having gone off. So near perfect first half really for Celtic. Both of their strikers on the score sheet, and their destiny at the moment is to claim the Wembley Cup and the first visit of a Scottish club side to Wembley. So that wouldn't be a bad day's work, would it?
I think the irony, Rob, is that it's been a terrific Celtic performance, but very few of these boys will start on Wednesday night against Dynamo Moscow. Certainly Samaras has made a case for himself. He's given Tony Mowbray something to think about.
Here's Chaluka. Now Norton. So no more jeers ringing in the ears of Alan Hutton. He's one of those who's gone off. And so too De Vit, who had a pretty torrid first half. Here's O'Hara. This is veteran Chaluka. Looking for Luka Modric. Now Mizuno. Livermore came in. There's Crossas. This is McCourt. He's made up a lot of ground here, McCourt. What a run this is! Oh, only lacking in the finish. He would have had the Celtic fans in orbit had he finished that one off.
Oh, what a goal it would have made, wouldn't it? Chaluka just keeps backing off. But we talked about this lad's ability, Rob. It's his fitness that's been keeping him out of the side. But this is the ability that he's known for. Choluka just kept backing off, and eventually he's in, and he doesn't get the inside of his foot around it.
And the strike from Livermore, which comes back off Zalushka. The Celtic fans, though, still calming themselves down after that tremendous run from the youngster McCourt. He's a player, actually, that Tony Mowbray missed out on when he was West Brom boss. He actually rejected West Brom to join his boyhood club, Celtic, from Derry. Choluka trying to set Jermaine Defoe away.
He had to get his timing spot on there, Darren O'Day. If he's a fraction out, he's giving away a penalty, but it was a good match there for the Spurs striker.
Chimbonda and Choluka both come forward for the corner. Livermore has already shown himself to be pretty useful in the air, is there too. Modric's ball across, Chimbonda got a touch to it, and it was cleared from in front of Jermaine Defoe.
Somebody's got to be coming in behind Chimbonda. He's helped it into the perfect area. No runners coming in.
Right by Mizuno. Now Samaras. Here's Killen. Now Willow Flood. It's Caddis. McCourt. And Samaras. Towards Pavlyuchenko, it had to be left by O'Day.
Was well positioned, the Celtic centre-back. What a remarkable effort from Paddy McCourt. This lad is a throwback to when players used to dribble with the ball. And the ball is always close to his right foot here, very rarely leaves his right foot. He left Choluka for dead. He's just trying to wrap the inside of his foot around it and doesn't quite get it. He certainly earned the praise of his manager for the skill.
So Hara looking for Jermaine Defoe, just got away from him. Samaras winning the free kick. Free kick aimed towards Georgios Samaras, and Kudicini did get there. Here's Flood. He's away from Jamie O'Hara. By Livermore. Here's Choluka. Now Norton. Defoe.
I'm surprised he passed it, Jermaine Defoe. Once he got into that area of the pitch, I thought he would have put his foot through it.
O'Hara. Livermore. Now Norton. Helped on by Modric. Pavlyuchenko. Cleared in the end by McCourt. Livermore. Modric. Pavlyuchenko.
Just couldn't quite find the angle. Better passing from Spurs, though. Crisper. Just can't find Livermore here, who's made the forward run.
Here's Choluka. Helped on by Defoe. Here's Livermore. Rose. Pavlyuchenko. Livermore. Huddleston. Rose. O'Hara. Pavlyuchenko sticks a leg out for it. Modric! Blocked! Well, they're fighting for their... as if their lives depended on it here, Celtic.
Well, it's Dan O'Dea who's a hero. He's the one who makes 2 blocks here. Lovely ball played in from O'Hara. O'Dea first, O'Dea second. And O'Hara can't quite keep the final effort down. Spurs starting to pick a few holes now in that Celtic back line. Terrific defending from young Dan O'Dea.
Clearly means a lot to this Celtic defence, this flawless record that they have so far, not having conceded, this being their 4th game pre-season. 2 clean sheets at Wembley would be especially pleasing. Here's Defoe. Livermore!
Well, that time O'Dea just drops off, doesn't really go tight to the ball. Livermore might have been surprised at the time he gets here on the edge of the box. Not too often you get a couple of touches in that position, but he got them.
Here's Norton. Modric. Here's O'Hara. Spurs trying to set Pavlyuchenko away. Nobody in the middle for him. Here's Modric. Away by Mizuno. Norton. Huddleston. Huddleston, Chimbonda, and looking for O'Hara there. They're the 3 players for Spurs who were on the first half, who were on the field in the first half and the second.
Well, Spurs the busier in front of goal, but we'll see that Celtic have made their attempts count. Not a bad average, that, isn't it?
I would be delighted with this, but I wonder what he'll be most delighted with, the clean sheet or the fact that his strikers have been banging form in front of goal. Flood. Killen is pulled up. Here's Modric. Choluka. Norton. Huddleston. O'Hara. Pavlyuchenko. Defoe penalised for backing into Gary Caldwell.
I don't know why he's penalised. He does nothing wrong there, Jermaine Defoe. Just stands his ground. There's no rule that says he has to jump for the ball, and I think that's the point he's making. He just plants himself. He knows Dan O'Dea's coming in. Gary Caldwell it was, in fact.
Samaras. Conroy. Here's Mizuno. Well, from Modric, but not from Chorluka, whom he fouls. Modric. Crossas. There's Caddis. Flood. Flood fouled by Livermore as he went for the return. Here's O'D. Caldwell. Flood.
He's got quick feet, Paul Caddis. That was the quickness of the feet that outfoxed Asuikoto for the cross for the first goal. He's not the tallest, so struggles at times to defend the back post when the ball's in the air, but very good at getting forward. And as we saw, delivers really well into the box.
It's Flood with a free kick over the head of Samaras. Killen couldn't make anything of it that time. Samaras. Conroy. Cleared by Chimbonda to Kyle Norton. Crossas. McCourt. Closed down by Livermore.
Having a good spell with the ball here, Celtic. It's all passive possession, but it's given the lads at the back a bit of a breather. Having a busy start to this second half. Spurs have upped the tempo a little bit.
Celtic fans enjoying the possession, enjoying the moment of their lead of comfort established with the two first half goals, bathed in smiles at the moment. At the hour mark, and Celtic having won emphatically against Al Ahly on the opening day of the Wembley Cup. Well on course to lift the trophy here, thanks to those first half goals from Killen and Samaras. Huddleston, away by Caldwell. This is Crossas. Now Mizuno. Crossas again. Gary Caldwell, who was here to see his brother Stephen win in the playoff final against Burnley back in May. Carl Norton of Tottenham was on the Sheffield United side that day. Samaras was fouled. Flood took the free kick, although the ball seemed to be moving. Here's Crossas.
Should have gone wide.
O'Hara. Chorluka has ventured forward. This is Defoe. Livermore. It's on the corner.
By the time he took the touch, Darren O'D was right in his face.
Well, they need a breakthrough soon, Tottenham. Chimbonda caused a problem from a previous corner. Modric this time goes beyond him and beyond Livermore too. It's Rose following up here for Spurs. Here's Tom Huddleston. O'Hara.
That's poor. He's every right to take it on once he gets a look at the Celtic goal, but certainly not his best here from Jamie O'Hara.
It could have gone either way for Celtic with how busy their pre-season programme is, but at the moment, despite the rush of games, the trip to Brisbane, the trip to Cardiff and the 2 games here, it looks as though they've built solidly ahead of that opening qualifier in the Champions League. Still got friendlies to play against Sunderland and Manchester City, either side of the second leg of that Moscow game. And before they start the SPL season against Aberdeen on the 15th of August.
Well, that's when it starts, Rob. I mean, you never know, and you never put too much trust on your pre-season results. That's when the real business starts, and there's no bigger game this season for Celtic than this upcoming one on Wednesday evening.
O'Hara. On by Defoe to Huddleston. Celtic fans here raising the volume. Enjoying the moment. What a play in front of their goal at the moment. The defence has screened Zalushka well. Modric with the corner. It's Mizuno. Held up by Huddleston. Ryan Conroy's throw. McCourt. Conroy. Crossas. Mizuno. McCourt. Offside flag up against Conroy.
Yeah, he's looking across as well, Ryan Conroy. Must see the last defender from that angle. Good spell with the ball for Celtic. They don't have to go and make the game now.
Livermore. Now Flood. Here's Samaras. Here's Conroy. Livermore. Three more changes as Tony Mowbray uses the extent of his squad. Niall McGinn, the Northern Ireland international, is going to come and take the place of Georgios Samaras, who has a goal to take away from his Wembley visit. McGowan, in fact, has come on for Samaras. McGowan now coming on. McGowan having come on. McGinn is now going to come on for Mizuno. And Paddy McCourt, who so very nearly had a very special memory to take away from Wembley after that fantastic Maisie run, goes off. And Simon Ferry is the third substitute used in that sequence by Tony Mowbray. Makes sense from Tony Mowbray's point of view to have a look at what he's got available to him come the season ahead.
Oh, the youngsters won't forget this in a hurry either, Rob, you know, to come on here at Wembley.
Modric. Tried to play it into Jermaine Defoe. Didn't quite materialise for him. Livermore's foul. And Caldwell over the free kick.
It's got to go to Chris Killen, surely.
That's the one he's looking for. Cleared by Norton. There's Crossas. Choluka away. Crossas once again. Now Cadiz. Caldwell. Terrier-like run from McGowan. Here's Flood. Maybe the one in for Killen. Chimbonda reached it. O'Hara. Huddleston. Defoe with a cross. Over away by Caldwell that Flood then got to. Well, it was a foul by Huddleston, but Alan Wiley played the advantage.
I wonder if there was an advantage. I think they'd rather have had the free kick there, Celtic.
McGowan, the man who was fouled. By Ferry, now OD. Up towards Killen. O'Hara. Here's Choluka. Now Crossas, it's McGinn who's made the break. It's a useful run this for Celtic.
And I think Chris Killen's looking for it to be played back post, but I think the youngster's got to put his foot through this. Chimbonda's trying to get out, but he's got a lot of ground to make up here, the centre back. And the youngster's got time to get himself set and get the shot away. Every right to hit that.
Conroy. Here's Flood. Ferry. Chimbonda. Livermore. Now Norton. Killen. Then McGinn is set off. No nonsense challenge from O'Hara. Carl Norton. Pavlyuchenko. Defoe.
Go, Danny!
Celtic's big rivals Rangers also in England in the build-up to the new season, taking on PSG in the Emirates Cup. Sky Sports 2 and HD2, followed by Spurs' great rivals Arsenal against Atletico Madrid Saturday from 4 o'clock, Sky Sports 2, and also in high definition. Here's McGowan for Celtic. Now McGinn. Trying to get the better of Jamie O'Hara. Huddleston in control of the cross.
That's about all he could do there, Tom Huddleston. Young McGinn in particular has looked very good down that right-hand side for Celtic. Loads of energy, loads of mobility.
Caddis with a throw. Well, they're tuning up for the new season, and their team is tuning up in style too. Shattering disappointment to them to lose their recent run of SPL titles to Rangers last year. They've won 3 of the last 4, however, and they'll be hoping that in the new era under Tony Mowbray they'll be set back on track. It's always dangerous to read too much into pre-season, of course. Conroy. Crossas. Pushed by Livermore. There's Caddis. Now McGinn. It's been a lively presence. Killen with the header back. Ferry. Now Flood. Conroy. Killen.
Good effort. Over the top of Chimbonda there. Patient build-up by Celtic. All came from Gary Caldwell's ability to pick out Killen with a back-to-front pass.
It was via the head of Killen that Celtic's so far good day started. 2-0 the scoreline now, and also the last winning margin that Celtic achieved against Spurs in a friendly when Celtic were under the management of Martin O'Neill 5 years ago. Craig Beattie and Henri Camara on target then. Another Tottenham change. John Bostock coming on in place of Tom Huddleston. So only Chimbonda and O'Hara of the original starters survived for the last 15 minutes as things stand. Bostock playing his 3rd game at Wembley, as well as playing in the match against Barcelona on Friday. He previously played here for the England under-16 side. Pavlyuchenko's header well wide.
No, he's looking for a corner. He reckoned he took a nick there off Gary Caldwell.
No joy though from Alan Wiley with the officials. Tottenham starting this season in the Premier League as they finished the last one against Liverpool, as well as the Asia Trophy. They've also got friendlies against South China and Olympiacos to come before the new campaign gets underway. There's Crossas. McGinn. Now McGowan. Ferry. There's Pavlyuchenko. He steered it round to Bostock. Defoe's waiting in the middle if he can provide it for him. And he was inches away.
Don't know how he didn't get in the end of it. Made a terrific run, Defoe. It's a wonderful ball in. Couldn't have played it in much earlier here, Bostock. He knows exactly where Defoe is. He's onside because he's behind the ball and he's a fraction out. Great wide play from Bostock. got the pace to get clear, he's provided the cross, and the striker's a fraction out. He's looking for more bend in the ball in, he's asking a lot.
Moment of encouragement for Tottenham. Here's O'Hara. Bostock. Livermore. Here's Norton. Modric. Now Rose. Ferry. Here's McGowan. Killen. Got to try and get the better of Chorluka. Chimbonda came back to help out.
Well, Chris Killen's not going to run away from you, we know that. But he did really well to bully Chorluka off the ball initially. And he's had another good afternoon, Chris Killen. Another one who's getting a fresh start under the new manager.
New old manager as far as Killen is concerned,
yeah,
having played under Tony Mowbray at Hibs. Rose. O'Hara's ball in. No repeat of Livermore's heroics from Friday night, just beyond his stretch. Here's Norton. And driven against Willow Flood for a Tottenham corner here.
Yeah, Paul Caddis down on the far side. It may have been a hamstring. He pulled up very quickly there. I certainly hope it's not. Looks as if it's a touch of cramp. Hopefully that's all it is.
He's one of those, Caddis, who's played the full game for Tony Mowbray. He's very pleased with the afternoon's work. Can they hold out for another clean sheet with just over 10 minutes to go? Modric's corner, not met by a Spurs head. Modric unable to get round Crosas. Pavlyuchenko. It's come off Darren O'Dea. And they couldn't save another corner. Spurs haven't really made the most of these opportunities. Chimbonda did cause a bit of a problem with one flick on. He's waiting on the edge of the 6-yard box again, Chimbonda, as Modric takes. Pavlyuchenko comes out for this. Defoe. He's gone for another.
Well, it's a half chance for Defoe. Pavlyuchenko does well at the front post to help it into the mix, but it's not been Jermaine Defoe's afternoon so far.
Corner number 8 for Tottenham. This one delivered by O'Hara. It's Chimbonda's header well wide. Only one substitute left at Tottenham's disposal, and John Obika is going to be used. And it's Jamie O'Hara who comes off. Obika, like Jake Livermore, born in Enfield, classic Tottenham territory. And the team that finishes the game, Pascal Chimbonda, the only one who started it.
Yeah, Obika going to play right side, Modric now playing left mid.
Here's McGowan. Modric. Jermaine Defoe. Bostock. Rose delivers early. Cleared by O'Dea.
Reads the game well, the young Irishman. A first-class game again. Skipper today as well.
Will he get the honour of going up to collect the trophy, I wonder? Despite Gary Caldwell's arrival in the second half, O'Dear's retained the armband. Modric. Cleared by Caldwell. Here's McGinn. Tripped by Luka Modric. Conroy, Crossas, Killen's layoff. Here's Ferry, McGowan, Caldwell. This is Caddis, Modric, Pavlyuchenko, and Zalushka well got there ahead of Defoe.
Just a little bit heavy with the pass against it was Defoe, who's been by far the livelier of this front pairing.
Here's Ferry. Now McGowan. Conroy. Crossas. Now Caddis. Killen. There's Chimbonda. Now Norton. Rose. Chimbonda. Babika. Pavlyuchenko trying to turn it round, but he did well to retrieve it in the end. O'Dear cross to cut out the pass that was intended for Jermaine Defoe. And here's Chorluka. We've run into a difficult barrier here today, Tottenham.
Yeah, Celtic have just dropped off now. Quite happy to try and see this one out.
Babika. Bostock.
Always going high, wasn't it?
Brand new competition demands a brand new trophy. It's one that's been designed by a 13-year-old who won a competition with Match magazine. And it will be handed over to Celtic, unless something very dramatic happens in the next 5 minutes. Problem here for Killen, who has been one of those Celtic players to have seen the job through from the start. He got the first goal, in fact, and there's the man who got the second. Georgios Samaras with a powerful run from inside his own half.
I don't think it'll be enough to get him a start on Wednesday, Robert. I think it'll be Fortuny and Scott McDonald up front. I think very few of this side who've played today, including the subs, will take part on Wednesday. Another bit of cramp here for Chris Killen.
You would think, really, probably, wouldn't you, looking at that team for Wednesday, that the two centre-halves who played a half each, Lubens and Caldwell, would be the ones to get in the team. Other than that, not much change.
Very little change from the side who played on Friday. That's why they've been putting cotton wool this afternoon.
Here's Rose. Modric. Rose.
I don't think he'll have learned anything today, Harry Redknapp, Rob, that he didn't already know. And the one thing they're screaming out for is to get the regular centre-backs back fit. They are so badly missing them.
There's a concern. Ledley King, a spectator here today. Caddis. McGinn. Chorluka allowing the bounce, but then finding Kudicini with a header. Killen's day is done. Celtic are finishing the game with 10 men, but that should be enough to see it through for the victory. Here's Carl Norton. Away by Gary Caldwell. Chimbonda. Livermore. Defoe. Beacon wanted it played through to him, but it didn't come off, and Flood.
Where's it go?
Here's Norton. Defoe. Ganabika sets off behind him. He's tried to angle it across for Pavlyuchenko, but it's Zalushka's ball.
I was looking for the early throw there, Zalushka, but nothing on. Celtic camped so deep at the moment, just defending their 18-yard box.
Garrett wins the free kick. Both the goal scorers then finishing the game on the bench. Killen because of injury. So Celtic seeing this out despite being a man down. Livermore. Now Norton. By Bostock. Chorluka. Norton. On by Modric. And Celtic win the inaugural Wembley Cup. Tony Mowbray, leading the first Scottish club side out at Wembley, emerges victorious after 2 victories earned with clean sheets and 7 goals scored in total. The 2 that beat Tottenham in their own locality, scored by Chris Killen and Georgios Samaras, to see the job through as part of a very impressive build-up by Celtic towards the new season, which begins in earnest for them on Wednesday with that Champions League qualifier against Dynamo Celtic. Still no goals conceded pre-season and some silverware to boot. They've won the Wembley Cup and beaten Tottenham here by 2-0.
And I'm not sure that Tony Mowbray could ask for any more than that. As Rob said, going through the pre-season so far without conceding and adding a first of what Tony Mowbray hopes will be many pieces of silverware this season. This is how the Wembley Cup then finishes up. Confirmation that Celtic have won it. The only team to manage 2 wins out of 2 and 6 points and 7 goals without conceding. Barcelona take 4 points, Tottenham just a 1, and that'll disappoint Harry Redknapp, I'm sure. Al Ali from Egypt, beaten well by Celtic and by Barcelona earlier today. Ray Clements, the former Tottenham goalkeeper, and George Burley, the Scotland manager, are our guests. George, can Tony Mowbray ask any more than that for his team today?
Not at all. It was absolutely superb. He was able to bring a lot of young kids on for the last sort of 20 minutes. First half, you know, You know, he tried to change it round. I think maybe only Darren O'Day would maybe expect to start on Wednesday. So he shuffled the pack, and they were outstanding. You know, in all departments, I thought they were better on the day. You know, at the back, absolutely solid. Midfield, were lively. And up front, they were always busy and always a threat. So overall, it was an excellent performance.
Ray, have you been impressed?
I have to say that they had a young side out at the start. They seemed to be up for it more than Tottenham were, and they brought some even younger players on the second half, and they still looked a very good side. And they laid their bodies down at times when Tottenham did have 2 or 3 half chances. They laid their bodies down in front of it and got great blocks in and stopped Tottenham from getting back in the game.
Is that the kind of performance they will want as well? Tony Mowbray will need from his team on Wednesday and then the following Wednesday, 2 games against Dinamo Moscow.
Yeah, I mean, it's early stage for Tony's manager. Now he's been able to have a look at his whole squad, and as I said previously, there's a lot of competition when you think they've got 3 Scottish internationals not fit yet. So overall, he'll be pleased. It'll be 1 game at a time. He was over to Russia yesterday to see Torpedo play. They'll go into Wednesday's game with a lot of confidence and a big support behind them.
And up they go to collect their first trophy of the season. Let's get back to Davy and Roll.
Well, when you've had a wearying 2 games in 3 days, you would think maybe the last thing you want is a walk up 107 steps to the Royal Box. But it's a sweet feeling when you're going to lift a trophy at the end of it. Any Scottish victory in England is well regarded, but particularly one at what's regarded as the home of English football. So to become the first Scottish club side to play at Wembley, and then to win the inaugural Wembley Cup at the new Wembley, is an especially sweet moment for this Celtic side, David.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, you would always rather win than lose. I don't think Tony Mowbray will read too much into this weekend's tournament. But it's been very productive in terms of getting 3 hours of game time into his players' legs. They've scored 7, haven't conceded, and more importantly, Rob, no injuries with Wednesday night coming up. So it's been a real good weekend's work for Celtic.
The pause to draw breath, and Gary Caldwell hoping that this becomes a bit of a habit in the Tony Mowbray era. And this is the start, but not the end, of Celtic lifting silverware. They've beaten Tottenham in their own neighbourhood. They set down a marker with the victory over Al Ahly. And they walk past the trophy because the idea is that the whole group gathers as a collective before it's presented. It's a trophy designed by 13-year-old Alex Underwood in a competition run by Match Magazine. And he won it on the ingenuity of designing a trophy with handles like the Wembley Arch. The Celtic players are actually filing past the silverware that will be presented to them and gathering in anticipation of the moment when it will be handed over by the Director of Public Relations at Palm Hills Development. Tournament sponsors, Hiba Bilal, will be handing the trophy over. And then those Celtic fans will celebrate a very memorable moment because they'll be able to say, I was there at Wembley when Celtic collected silverware at the stadium. A pause, the trophy handed to Darren O'Day. The first Wembley Cup goes to Scotland. It belongs to Celtic. And Darren O'Day, the youngster, has the honour of lifting it. And then wonders what happens next. And of course, the hope for them has to be that this is just the beginning.
Yeah, the significant thing for me, Rob, is that we've seen so many youngsters in the Celtic squad today. Paul Caddis was magnificent for the first goal. We've seen young McGowan, Conroy, Ferry, McGinn. And Celtic are no longer in a position where they can go and spend £6 million on a Chris Sutton or a Neil Lennon. They have to bring their own players through. And I think it's very encouraging, the type of kids that we've seen performing here for the club today. Bodes very well for the future.
Darren O'Day himself is just 22 years of age. He actually played a big part in Celtic getting their only silverware of last season when he scored in the League Cup final, he and Aidan McGeady. They missed out on what they would regard as the big prizes, the league and the Scottish Cup. And the hope for Gary Caldwell and the rest of the team is that this is an omen for what is to come. It is an encouraging start, but it is only a start. It's laying down roots for a long season ahead, a season that moves up a big notch on Wednesday. Absolutely crucial that they get into the group stages of the Champions League, but that is going to be a difficult task, make no mistake about it, over 2 legs against Dynamo Moscow. But they've recorded comprehensive victories in these 2 games, and they still haven't conceded a goal, and OD was certainly a big factor in that. So, the first Wembley Cup is won by Celtic Football Club.
Quite possibly the most embarrassed trophy lift I can remember here at Wembley Stadium, completed by Darren O'Dea. The Celtic fans are still here in the stadium. How good have they been today? They've made a terrific noise, as they always do. Follow their team in great numbers. And for them, their season starts proper on Wednesday. And I'm sure they'd swap a victory here for one over Dynamo Moscow. I'm sure they all would, Tony Mowbray included. That would really get their season up and running. His first as Celtic manager. They've made a terrific noise, haven't they, George, all day, these Celtic fans?
Yeah, I mean, they carry a superb support, and Scottish fans always like to come to Wembley, so it was nice for them to get a win. But they deserved it, you know. 2 outstanding performances, but as David Provan says, you won't get too carried away with it. It's pre-season and the big one comes on Wednesday, but very encouraging signs throughout the side, the youngsters, the experienced players, you know. For me, you know, Gary Caldwell, outstanding again, Sean Maloney. So, you know, hopefully, you know, they keep bringing these youngsters through, because that's the way forward for teams in Scotland.
Davey also said I hope this becomes a familiar habit. Maybe winning trophies is just that. Ray and George and myself are here through till 7 o'clock this evening. Remind you of how Barcelona fared earlier against Al Ahly and show you how Messi fared at his first game since the Champions League final back in May. That's still to come here. But we'll also be reflecting on what's been a terrific couple of days for Celtic, pipped to the SPL title, but they have their first trophy of the new campaign. And Celtic have won the first ever Wembley Cup. Not a bad start to Tony Mowbray's Celtic career. Let's hear from the Celtic captain, Gary Caldwell, with David Tanner.
Gary, has this been a perfect Wembley weekend?
Yeah, it's been good. I think both performances were good. We passed the ball well. Got a new manager who's given us new ideas, and we're putting them into practice at the minute, but it's only pre-season and you don't win nothing now. There's still a long way to go to get where we want to be.
Tell us about those new ideas, the things that make Tony Mowbray different.
Well, I worked with him before, so I knew what he was all about, but he wants to pass the ball. He wants strikers to move and play in space and create opportunities, and so far we've done that, and as I said, we're working on the training pitch to improve all the time, and I'm sure we will do even more throughout the course of the season.
As a centre-back, how significant is it that Celtic have now got 4 shutouts from 4 pre-season games?
It doesn't really matter, I don't think, at this moment in time. There's lots of teams that are at different stages of their pre-season, and we just try to do our job and go about our business in the right manner, and so far we have, and we need to continue to do that.
How big will the next 2.5 weeks be for you, for both club and country now?
Yeah, it's huge. It's early season, but we have to start flying, and Wednesday night is the big test for us, and that's where results will come under scrutiny, and we have to be ready for that challenge. And obviously the Scotland game coming in a couple of weeks is a massive one also, so it's big games that are coming early in the season.
George Burley's in our studio. Can you tell me, are you feeling fit? Are you feeling match sharp now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Played 2.5, 3 games now. So I'm feeling ready and looking forward to Wednesday night where the real competition starts.
Gary, good luck.
Thank you.
George is indeed watching on with the former Tottenham goalkeeper Ray Clement.
A week's time you'll make us eat our words.
Good finish though, wasn't it, from Georgios Samaras, playing for a place against Moscow as well. Here he is with David Tanner.
Georgios, congratulations on winning the Wembley Cup. Is that the perfect preparation for the Champions League for Celtic?
I think we played 2 really good games. A lot of quality in our game, passing the ball really well. I think the Gaffer and all my teammates are really glad about the results. But for now on, we're looking forward for Wednesday to be ready, physical and mentally for that really important game on the season. And I hope we'll be ready for Wednesday.
It's obviously vital that Celtic win this tie, but do you feel confident that, given what you've seen under Tony Mowbray already, you can beat the Russians?
Yeah, we have quality in our team. We bring some good players, new good players that they give us something extra in our team, and we're looking forward to play that game. You see in these 2 games in this weekend that we're a good side, and we're looking forward. So it's a really important game, and everybody's exciting for that game.
After scoring a fantastic goal today, would you be disappointed not to start that one? Do you want to start against Dynamo Moscow?
I think all the 22, 23 players in the Celtic Football Club, they want to play for the start, but it's up to the Gaffer who players going to play and who players going to be a sub. But I'm feeling well myself. I'm feeling positive to help my team, and the Gaffer will decide who's going to play. If I'm going to play 1 minute or 90 minutes or I don't know, I'll be ready for that game.
Does it look to you as though Fortuné and McDonald are Tony's first pick strikers at this time?
You don't know, the season is so big and so long. You don't know who's going to play. We have 4 good strikers. Keelan scored a lot of goals in pre-season. Scotty doing well, Mark as well. It will be nice because we have a lot of good strikers, and that's good for me because I'm going to push myself more and more to improve that I'm good enough to play in this club.
You had a difficult period at the end of last season, quite a few games without goals. Do you feel confident again with the new season and new start?
I'm always looking positive. I never put my head down and I say, no, I'm not feeling well, or all these things. It's more than in the press and the papers that they're writing things about me that's not true. I always be positive and I always enjoy the game. And if I'm going to score 1 goal in the season or I'm going to score 30, it's no matter. The most important thing is to win games and win titles, and of course the best for Celtic, not for me.
Georgios, well done today.
Okay, thank you.
And they will be desperate to win against Dynamo Moscow on Wednesday night at Parkhead in the first of their 400. That's 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 2. A first trophy then for Tony Mowbray's Celtic career. Here he is with David Tanner.
Tony, your first trophy as Celtic manager. Has the Wembley Cup been a good weekend's work?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a big ask for us. I think coming here on the back of a flight to Australia less than 2 weeks ago, and then a trip to Cardiff, and then over to Wembley and play 2 games in 3 days. It's been a big ask for the players, but huge credit to them for their application and their the way they've been preparing. They see on the horizon now a very, very difficult game on Wednesday against Dynamo Moscow, and I think that maybe showed today and on Friday that our extra intensity really probably made the difference.
Did the goal scorers today, Chris Killen and Georgios Samaras, give you something to think about, as Killen has done throughout the pre-season campaign?
Well, listen, I work with Chris Killen at Hibs, and he was top goal scorer of the SPL, and so I've always known he can score goals. He's a prodigious worker as well for the team, and Chris is a good lad to have around, and as I say, he's scoring just about every time he's been on the pitch. So has he given me food for thought? Yes, of course he has.
4 shutouts now, no goals conceded in pre-season. Does that give extra confidence to you?
Well, it's always a positive. It's good, of course, but and I thought they needed to show good discipline today and good concentration levels defensively against a very good Tottenham side. But it'll all mean nothing if we don't get the positive results on Wednesday, of course. So hopefully we'll have a near full house at Celtic Park, and we can produce a similar sort of performance where we can get the fans off on their feet really, and hopefully cheering. But I've seen Moscow this week, and they're a very capable side, a very athletic side, very dangerous on the break, and we've got to be very wary of them.
Do you feel ready for this challenge now, given what you've been through in pre-season?
I wouldn't have come here if I wasn't ready for the challenge. I enjoy trying to build football teams and trying to work with players and give them confidence and belief in their own ability, and I'm delighted with their attitude towards that really. Hopefully the freedom they feel they've got to go and express themselves, and it's shown this weekend. 5 goals in the first game and 2 against a side that will be competing for the top 6 in the Premier League this year, so we've got to be happy with that.
You're back in Sky Sports on August the 15th at Aberdeen in your opening SPL game. Before that, you've got the 2 games against Dinamo, but also Scotland play Norway that particular week. George Burley's in our studio. He's wondering if Scott Brown and Stephen McManus, 2 big players for him, will be fit in time for Oslo. Can you give him an injury update on Brown and McManus?
Well, first and foremost, hi George. He's played a big part in my career, George Burley, and he's a great coach and a good man. And I would hope that both of those players won't be far away. I think ultimately that decision will be for George, depending on how much time they get on the pitch. We'd like to think Scott has got a real good chance of being ready for the second leg in Moscow. Mick, might be a week later than that, probably a touch and go. But he's aiming to be ready for the start of the season. So if he's ready for the start of the season, there's a fair chance he might be ready for 3 days before.
Tony, well done.
Thanks very much, David.
There you go, George. It's your decision. They're in then.
Yeah, they get that understanding, and of course there is always the possibility of 1 or 2 more coming in.
Well, let's see if we can get an update on that very subject. Here is Harry Redknapp with David Tanner.
Well, Harry, has there been much that you can take from this Wembley Cup?
There's always lessons. I felt we learned a lot of lessons the other night against Barcelona, and the way they played the game, and today I thought Celtic played ever so well. Tony's made loads of changes. Lots of players who don't get a game came in and played ever so well. But no, it's nothing surprised me that much. I know where I'm at. I know what players I've got, which ones I want, and who I feel can take the club forward. So, nothing really changed too much in my mind today in that respect.
There are reports that whilst you've been working today, Peter Crouch has moved a step closer to joining Tottenham. I don't know whether you can confirm that. And tell me how much you admire Peter Crouch. How much do you want to bring him here?
It's difficult. He doesn't belong to us. He belongs to, until we agree a fee for him with Portsmouth. It's not, if Portsmouth want to sell him, we have to agree a fee that is a fee that's acceptable to Portsmouth. If we don't do that, we can't get him. So we'll have to just wait and see,
What do you think are his big strengths that we'd add to him?
Well, he's a good player, Crouchy, but as I say, he's with Portsmouth. Until he moves somewhere else, and he's not with us at the moment.
In terms of the money you're allowed to spend, is it possible that Tottenham fans could see the likes of Crouch here and Vieira here? Have you got that much money to spend?
Well, it's not massive money. I think we've got to do some business in the transfer market. With 1 or 2 will have to go out as well to balance the books, before you can do anything. And even looking at today, you mustn't. It's pre-season. I know people say, well, it gives you confidence and it gives you this. Last pre-season, Tottenham beat Roma 5-0 on the Saturday before the season started, and then went 8 games without winning a game. I had a team, a few years ago that lost 6 pre-season games and then won the championship. So, it's what you do, and you take lessons, you learn from it, what you get out of these pre-season games, but it all counts on the opening day. That is all that really matters. That is where it starts.
You've had to magic together a centre-half pairing during the Wembley Cup. Do you feel as though you'll have to buy Matthew Upson's been linked with you over the weekend?
I've never mentioned Matthew Upson. I don't even know. Listen, don't believe all the rubbish you read in the Sunday newspapers. Where they get these stories from, God only knows. I've never ever mentioned Matthew Upson. He's a terrific player. Never mentioned the boy's name. He belongs to West Ham, and please God for West Ham, he stays here.
Nailed. Good to hear from you, Harry. Well done.
Thank you.
Made some interesting points, though, hasn't he there, Harry Redknapp? First of all,